Okay, gang, this one will be a fun one for me. I might geek out a little bit. I've got another cactus fruit for you. Um, this is the Peruvian Apple Cactus Fruit, and it's not to be confused with a dragon fruit. These are completely different species. Just for comparison's sake, here is a couple different varieties of dragon fruit that I got from my garden. And here is the Peruvian apple cactus. They look very different. And they range in size just like dragon fruit do. Let me see, I've got a few here. And this one's a fun story as to how I came across these. I have one that I'm growing alongside my dragon fruit, but it's not produced fruit yet. I got it as like a big honkin' cutting from a local nursery, same place I got a lot of my dragon fruit cuttings. And I've had it for a few years. It's been steadily growing, but hasn't produced fruit yet. And I just happened to stumble upon one of these growing in the front yard at my sister's house. And it's weird because I had been to her place a number of times and I just never clocked this thing. It's just completely over my head. But I happened to be there the other day for a family get together and noticed these growing on it. And I'm like, hold on a second. When I leave, I'm going to get some of those. So as I was heading out, picked a bunch of fruit. And on top of that, it was night blooming, which is spectacular. I took a little bit of video of it. I'll show that off. And the fruit that you see still hanging off of it, if it hasn't been picked, then it has this sort of flowering out behavior where it splits in the center and kind of opens like it's a flower, kind of offering itself up to the wildlife to come along and take the seeds and disperse it. It's a really neat growth habit. But all that said, we're here to do this taste test. So let me talk a little bit more about it. If you want to skip through this stuff, all this nonsense, and get straight to the taste test, feel free. So the Peruvian apple cactus is botanically classified as Cereus repandus, and I guess it's sometimes confused with some others. And it belongs to the Cactaceae family. And like I said, different species from dragon fruit. They look completely different. This one is a columnar cactus. It will grow straight up and kind of make arms. Whereas like a dragon fruit is a vining cactus that has to grow on something. So they are not that closely related. However, the inside can look the same in a lot of ways. And in these, it's going to be that white flesh that you'll see in most of the dragon fruit that you'll find in the store, at least. Dragon fruit has a little bit more variety in terms of the flesh colors. I'll cut these open and show them side by side as well. I think this one's going to be like a purple magenta-ish color, so that'll be cool. So the other thing that kind of threw me off is there are different varieties and cultivars for this plant, these cactus. The wild types are going to have sizable, noticeable spines, whereas all of the ones that I've seen, like in yards, they don't have spines at all, or they have really tiny ones. And that's because growers have selected plants with reduced spines for ornamental or landscaping purposes, or selected for fruit production. And obviously it's easier to just live around these things and deal with these things if they have less spines. So if you've ever seen these in a yard, or they'll be pointed out to you in the wild, that's what the difference is. There, it's a cultivar. And then a little bit about the geography and history. Apparently, despite the name Peruvian apple cactus, they are native to Brazil and Uruguay and Argentina, but I'm sure that they have spread over to Peru, and that's where the name is coming from. I'll have to dig into a little bit more about why specifically it's been singled out as Peruvian. That is very interesting. This is neat. They're apparently very hardy, can survive temperatures down to -6 degrees Celsius, which that's not going to affect me too much in California. The lowest I'll see in Southern California is like 25 on like a really cold winter night, but it's cool to know that it can handle it. And obviously they thrive in hot, arid climates, being a cactus. In terms of nutritional value, they're said to be very rich in vitamin C. And I'll try it. Apparently the skin is edible too. It's supposed to taste like cucumber-y. I don't know. It's more about the flesh inside though. Anyway, let's try these. I'll cut open one of the apple cactus first. We'll go for the biggest one. There we go. Even the rind of the skin kind of smells cucumbery. So there's the inside, and it looks pretty much like most cactus fruits. And then let me cut open these dragon fruit for a side by side. Also, this is kind of sticky. Not sticky. It has I guess maybe sticky is the right word. It's kind of gelatinous looking. Ooh. Oh, this is gonna be cool. I didn't want to make this a dragon fruit video, but it's gonna be partially dragon fruit video. All right. Oh my goodness gracious. All right, gang, hold on. I need to take a picture of this before we keep going, because these look amazing. Okay, so both of the dragon fruit I have are very deep magenta-y colors, so it's not going to be a perfect picture analog to the Peruvian apple cactus, but we'll get some good fruit shots here. Get them up close. So you can see some similarities and differences. Obviously you got the little seeds in there. And then, so this was this variety, and then here we got the other type. And they have some similarities in color, but this one's a little deeper. Anyway, couldn't move on without showing those colors. So, I can taste this guy. I like to cut little cubes in my cactus fruit before I spoon it out. So we'll do that. Okay. So my understanding is that it's not a very deep flavor. Oh. That's pretty good. I was coming on with lowered expectations, but I like this. This is good. It's sweet. Not overwhelmingly sweet, just kind of a pleasant sweet. Definitely more than a store-bought dragon fruit tends to be. I believe those are often picked before they've had a chance for the sugars to develop. They might even be picked while they're green and then they just start to change color later on. And this is one, so these are not often seen in stores. You might be able to find them at like a farmer's market or something. This is good. It's got kind of a, I mean, yeah, I wonder if that's why it's called an apple cactus, because it kind of has apple-y notes to it. I assumed that it was just because it was a big round fruit that's why it was being called that, but what do I know? These are great. I like this a lot. I polished that off. All right, do I try the skin? A little nibble. I mean, this isn't bad. I'm not getting like bitter cucumber. It's kind of fruity. Huh. I mean, I'm still eating it. So it can't be that bad. It's not bad, honestly. It's kind of tart. A little bit of tart. Slightly crunchy texture. What does it remind me of? It reminds me of eating a pepper. It's similar, like in crunch and texturally, but like this is like kind of slimy, so it's not the same thing, but almost like crunching into a bell pepper or something, texture-wise. And it almost is, it's like slimy like a banana peel, but I'm glad I read about that. Like, this is good too. It's crazy. I'm guessing that some are not as good as others, but this is good. Ooh. So the top of the fruit. Top of the fruit? This might be that. Let me see. Yeah, I think this is the where it was still connected to the cactus. There's a tiny little spine right here, and it said hello to my finger. Okay. That was pretty good. Let me dig into these dragon fruit a little bit and see if I'm seeing any parallels. I think the real similarities is just going to be texturally. There's like different levels of graininess, so to speak. Not necessarily in a bad way, in different cactus fruits. And that's the similarities. That's probably one of the few similarities that I can draw, just because they're so different. And actually this, so this is the, I guess they're both red. This type of variety, I'm not sure what to call it. Anyway, the apple cactus seems sweeter than this other fruit, this dragon fruit that I have, which is neat. Let me try this type. It's dripping everywhere, very juicy. So this one, it might be a similar level of sweetness, but this one's got super deep, like berry tasting notes, which is amazing. Like I said, it's turning into a dragon fruit video. Couldn't help it. What are you gonna do? So you might see these growing in landscapes. They get huge. If it's something that's accessible to you, I highly recommend trying some of these fruits. This is a very pleasant taste. I went in with lowered expectations based on some of the things I'd read from other people that had tried it. And maybe I just got really lucky, and these are fantastic tasting. Even the skin was good, which I didn't expect. Let me bite into the whole thing here with the skin and see what I think of that. Yeah. Not bad. Not bad at all. It might not be for everybody, texture-wise. That's okay. But that's some good cactus fruit. This is what I meant by sticky. So it kind of, you see that? Kind of gooey. The little stringiness coming off. The dragon fruit don't tend to do that as much. They're more wet and dripping, whereas this kind of holds together. This was a very good experience. I am so happy that I stumbled upon this just randomly visiting my sister's house. That's how it goes sometimes. Random fruit discovery just kind of pops up in front of you. Anyway, starting to ramble. I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope you guys get to try some of these. This is cool.